Hello. So we are going to have a briefing session on the subject service marketing. And under service marketing, you have 5 units. So we'll be taking up every unit, and I'll be highlighting the core areas and what is that we are going to learn under that specific unit. To begin with, the first unit talks about the introduction to service marketing, the service marketing mix, and the different kind of segments related to the services. As far as services marketing is concerned, after understanding the marketing management and specifically people dealing with the hardcore sales regarding the products, it was challenges. The challenge came across as far as the service industry is concerned, and that's how the need of understanding exclusively the service marketing came into the picture. To understand this unit will make you understand the difference between the marketing which we do for the products, physical products, and whereas the service marketing would talk about the products which are not a physical, wherein we cannot touch, we cannot feel them, but then we can just avail them. For example, you have you book a hotel, and you visit the hotel, you stay over there. So the kind of experience and the kind of services which you will be getting from that is what we called as services. So the services marketing talks about the understanding about the services. It talks about how service marketing can be made more effective so that we have customer satisfaction. We have understand the customers in a very prospect way. And however, when you understand the marketing definition which surrounds around the need, want, and the desire of the customers, on a similar basis, when we talk about services marketing, it also comes across that what kind of services customers need, what is the demand which is expected from the customers, and what are the desires with respect to the services. So broadly, when the marketing can be categorized into two, one is for the goods marketing and one is for the services. So that's how the services marketing is. The transaction is done in two ways. One is either we sell services directly to the customers, or that's how we call it as B2C, that is business to customer, or we have B2B, wherein we sell services from businesses to businesses. So these are the two ways wherein we deal with the services marketing. Coming across the most important element of services marketing are the 7 P's. However, in marketing earlier we had the 4 P's, that is product, place, price, and the promotion part. The need was urged, wherein we figured it out that when we talk about the services, there has to be an additional element to it. People faced, especially the marketers faced the challenge of facing the understanding the ambience, understanding the physical need of it, and understanding the people and the process. So that's how the rest of the 3 P's were added to these existing 4 P's, and that's how in today's scenario we talk about the 7 P's factors. So apart from product, place, price, and promotion, we also have physical evidence, we have people, and we have process. So these 3 P's are more towards the service industry, wherein the physical evidence talks about the ambience, it talks about the environment wherein we are giving the services. A simple example could be you walk into a dining restaurant, and the moment you enter, you get the welcoming gesture from the owners or the executives. They greet you, they welcome you, and the moment you enter, you find that ambience is very very well. It is lighted up. The sitting arrangement is very cozy. There is a very soothing music going around, and the presentation of the food, the way it is served is very awesome. So the entire physical evidence is taken care of, and along with that, the people who are associated or people who are a part of this dining restaurant are also trained. So people are made, or they are made aware that you need to greet the customers, you need to serve the food in a specific way. So that's how the people, the sixth P came into the picture. And then the process, it was understanding of like how a customer should be treated when he walks into the dining hall, right from the entry to the exit of the customer. The entire process has to be defined, and that is the reason in majority of the services which we see around, there is a defined process, there are people trained, and the physical evidence is taken care of. So as a marketing professional, it is very essential to understand the importance of all the 7 P's, and simultaneously utilizing them in a very proper way and channelizing it as per the requirement, as per the segment, and as per the need would definitely add value to the company, and also it will add value to whatever product or services you're selling off. Coming to the second unit, which talks about the consumer knowledge in the services marketing. And we'll be talking about the customer expectation, your targeting, customer satisfaction, and customer relationship management. So in service industry, the customers are treated like king, because they are the one who are going to, they are the one from where the revenue will be coming up, and you want your customer to repeatedly come, walk in, and use your services. You want the customer to be converted as a loyal customer, and it is only possible when we understand what exactly is the need of the customer, and whatever services you are providing, whether it is appropriate, suitable to that customer, and whether that customer is very well aware about the services you have. So when these things match, then only we have a better understanding about what we are offering to the customers and what is that customer is buying from you. So customer expectations definitely need to be understood, wherein a simple example could be when you are walking into any of the hospital, and the moment you enter, there is a reception desk, and you have to take an appointment, and you need to figure it out, the doctor, the availability of the doctor, and that's how the process starts, right? So here the patient would expect the process to be fast. The patient would expect that the flow and the formalities of documentation should be minimum, and it should be it should be in a very smoother way, right? But in the reverse manner, if the entire process is very tedious and if it is very complicated, the patient will not recommend his friends or relatives to visit the hospital, or he or she will not will prefer to come down again for any kind of medical checkup. So it matters a lot that the hospitals and the service department need to make sure the entire process for a patient, right from filling up a form and booking up an appointment, consulting the doctor, collecting the medicines, and then final follow checkup, if this process is very time saving and it is very easier, then the patient will definitely recommend, because the entire process was made very simple, very easy comparatively to what they have experienced earlier. So the customer expectations have to be understood on a priority base, especially for the service industry. And then coming towards the targeted services, target hospitality industry could be the best example, wherein the kind of crowd, the kind of audience which we are looking forward for to enter. So you have 5-star properties, you have 7-star properties, and you also have 2-star and 1-star properties. Now if we have a 1-star property and we are selling off to the premium crowd, definitely premium crowd would premium audience will have a higher expectation, which the 1-star properties do not have it. So the target audience to whom you are selling and for whom the services are meant is very essential. So you need to understand that before you provide the services, before you launch your services, or before you promote your services, you need to figure it out. First is the expectations of the customers. What is that they're expecting from this? And the second is target audience. Coming towards the customer satisfaction, that can be actually evaluated once the customer has experienced it. You have provided all the services which has been committed to the customer, and customer has given a positive feedback about it. So considering the satisfaction level, the more services, the more commitment has been fulfilled, it will be very easy for the customers to feel that happiness and joy, and that's how we frame it as a customer satisfaction. CRM is something which is coming up, which is a very essential element of the marketing, as far as even services are concerned, which talks about the customer relationship management. So this is a tool which helps us to analyze the different challenges which comes across the customers. It helps to evaluate and analyze the loopholes. It tries to figure out, how well we can connect to the customers, how well we can solve the problems of the customers, and accordingly find out the appropriate solutions in a very quicker time, so that we are not losing out the customer. So in the unit 2, there are two important things which need to really consider as far as the marketing professionals are concerned. One is your CRM, that is customer relationship management. We need to understand the tools and the various dimensions, how it can be implemented. And the second is understanding about the customers, because that's how we'll connect to the customer expectation, and that is what the customer satisfaction. Moving ahead, the third unit, which talks about the designing and positioning of the services. It talks about the pricing strategies of the services, and then you have planning and managing delivery, and then finally you have the management communication. Pricing strategies is definitely is a very interesting part as far as the service industry is concerned. You must have been visiting different portals, right, from Make My Trip, and the other service providers, wherein you have a different offers coming up, and these offers are channelized on the basis of season, on the basis of the kind of customers they want to walk in. It again matters what kind of hotel or what kind of accommodation one is looking forward for. So the pricing strategy would depend upon the kind of hotel and the kind of services which they are offering. Of course, the agencies and the marketing people work around with the different kind of strategies based on the revenue which they want to generate from the services, and also making sure that it is affordable and it is not very heavy on the customer's pocket for comparatively to what you are offering. So as I mentioned earlier, the example, like if you have a one-star property, one-star rated property, and in which you are committing something which is not feasible for the revenue generation, and it is going to create a loss for the hotel. So the commitment should not be against the feasibility of the hotel. Similarly, the premium segment hotels need to focus on the services which they are providing, and that is the reason the pricing the cost becomes on a very higher side. So understanding these different types, you have economy pricing strategy, you have premium pricing, you have psychological pricing, and you have pricing scheming pricing, you have penetration pricing. So depending on what services you have and what kind of product, what kind of services and to whom you are catering, you can accordingly choose the best pricing strategy. Management communication. Basically the service industry works on what is communicated. So your creatives, your messages, your social media platform, your brochures, your advertisements. So the communication with the customer is only through what is being conveyed. So it has to be very important that whatever the vision mission the company has, the services which you are offering, the kind of pricing which it has, everything has to be communicated in a very clear and a crystal manner with the transparency. It should not happen that you have communicating something and then the things are not delivered, which would create a wrong and a bad impression. Simultaneously, the content as far as the communication is concerned, it has to be very precise so that the customer can actually understand what you're talking about. So definitely the newsletters, the mailers, the different kind of communication tools which are available, wherein you can actually engage the customers. That's how the communication has to be taken care as far as the services marketing are concerned. Planning and managing delivery, the you need to schedule the entire delivery pattern, that how you're going to do it, what kind of action of plan is there, what is the duration of it, what all things are required, and who is going to manage it. So all these things have to be channelized, and then only things will work out in our favor, and it would be in a win-win situation wherein you have given the best to the customer, for which customer has paid to you, and customer will be very happy and satisfied with whatever he has received. Moving to the fourth unit, which talks about the services with the people dimension, and the vision and value chain strategies, and the services strategies. The services with respect to the people dimension is considering the different segment, different target audience. One need to figure it out. Also, one need to understand that the perspective of people would be different from different regions and different segments. Simultaneously, when you segment the market, not only on the base of demographics, but then based on their different parameters, with the trend, with the changes, and with the preferences, as far as the preferences go on changing, there has to be a change in the services too. So one need to be very smart enough in understanding and making it a very clear statement, wherein we figure it out that what are the services, and how well we are conveying it to the people, and with what perspective. Vision and value chain. Value chain is something wherein we are creating a value addition for the customers, and we want that customer to repeatedly come across and use those services. There could be, for example, the fitness services. Any trainer or any gym owner or any gym setup, in case if they are bringing up a certain kind of setup commitment to the individuals who are coming and who are going to utilize the services of the fitness of being fitness, then it has to be mentioned, and it has to be taken care that when he or she joins the gym, the benefits what he or she is going to get have to be 100% true. Once these set of value have been inculcated into the services, and then it's been repeatedly and consistently kept it, till the entire process, till there is an add-on to the services, or till that customer is associated with the services, definitely customer will be very happy, and there it would be a very positive feedback, and it will be a very positive sign for the fitness studios also. Coming towards the service strategies, the service strategies are something depending upon what kind of services you are providing. If it is a food service, or if it is a hospitality, if it is a healthcare. So depending on the margins, depending upon what kind of service you have, and what is the duration of the services, and from where to where we are going to deliver it, what will be the role, as far as the service provider is concerned, and how frequently the customer would be needing your services. Based on that, the strategies need to be worked out, and it is not mandatory that a certain kind of strategies which worked for an XYZ company will work for you also. So we need to understand the forte, we need to find out the USP of our services, and we need to also understand what kind of target audience we have, and based on that our services strategies will be worked out. But then it's an ongoing activity, and it's a long run activity too, because we know that as far as the trend, as far as the taste preferences keeps on changing, so as we also need to work out these strategies based on whatever the current situations or whatever the current trends are happening around. Moving ahead to the fifth unit, which talks about the different service segments, and how we are going to market it, and what are the areas we need to cover in those specific areas. So like you have a financial services, we talk about bank account opening, or getting a credit card, getting a bank loans. So you might be receiving a call from the customer care, where he or she inquires and she mentions you about the kind of products which they have, the kind of offers which they have. So this is one of the way where we engage and we try to figure it out, give a personal touch by providing these services to the customer, giving a reminders about the renewal of the policies, or reminder for paying the bill, or taking a feedback whether they are receiving the bill payments on time, whether they are receiving other services and credits on time. So this is one of the way wherein we actually engage the customers. We also make sure making the customer more comfortable and reliable. That's how about the financial services goes. When we talk about the hospitality services, the industry is there's a vast industry as far as hospitality is concerned, and like country like India, where we treat the guests as a god. So definitely the elements are taken care of, right from your valet parking to the carrying your luggage, your check-in timings, your the room service, the food facilities, and along with that any additional elements to be added to it. So considering the situation, considering the season, the hospitality services have to be taken care of, and it's more of an interaction and more of a communication with the customers. Travel and tourism services, India being a very diverse culture, and we have so many tourism places, and the government have started up promoting it in a better way. There are agencies who work out on these campaigns, like you have Amitabh Bachchan working for Gujarat Tourism, and so as we have different other states promoting their tourism. So these tourism travels and tourism destinations need to be highlighted, and what are the best things from which we can which someone can experience from it, that has to be highlighted. So the market space, the important thing as far as tourism and travel is concerned, it depends upon the season. So usually figure it out, like all the states, all the city, tourist places have a specific season. Say for example, if you go to the Rajasthan field, so the season basically starts from October till December to January. If you have somewhere around the South Kerala and all, people prefer going post monsoon, pre monsoon kind of thing. So depending on the season, the promotional campaigns and the services are the value addition, and that's how they plan the entire marketing strategy. They figure it out who all, whether it's a family, whether it's a youth based, or whether it is an youngsters coming to the place to chill out. So these things are taken care of. Health services, education services, public utility services. These are another services, the major broad service segment where service marketing plays an important role. Coming towards the education, you have various education institutes wherein they build up the website, they put up the things, they give you a call center number where you can talk and inquire about it. They also schedule the visits to the institutes where you can have a look at the ambience, you can check in the classrooms. You can also have interaction with the existing students, and that's how gives me and a confidence, and also it assures me the place where I'm going to study or where I'm going to enroll is according to what I was looking forward for. So these days it's more of seeing and believing rather than just going through the virtual world, or maybe just going through the website. Then the another concept service is industry is booming up is the BPO and KPO. So knowledge processing outsourcing, and you have a business process outsourcing. So these are the voice based and the technical based thing, wherein through these outsourcing channels we provide the services to the different industries, to the different segments, so that their customers are happy. They fulfill the requirement of the customers, they solve each and every problem of the customers. The simple example could be you are facing a network issue and you just call up you call up the customer care and you explain him what problem you are facing. You will get the complaint number registered, and then a follow up is taken up from that after 2 days or 3 days, whatever time duration the telecom industry has maintained. And you get a follow up call saying that yes, this problem has been resolved and this is what the action has been taken up. So this is all the part of the BPO KPO, where we are trying to bring more and more jobs at more and more customer satisfaction. It is becoming more and more customer oriented rather than just the product based, because product anyways is being utilized by the customers. The services matters a lot, especially when you have a pre and post services. Even if you buy the any automobile or any car or thing, your pre services matters a lot, post services matters a lot, because the customers do not want to have any kind of issues. They don't want to get into any of the trap wherein they are bothered about the vehicle and they don't know how to solve the problem. And that is the reason we have various service stations, we have various resources wherein the things can be done. So overall, services marketing is a quite an interesting one for the marketing professionals, and also people who are working with the management firms. The basic understanding and the clear, if you understand the basic fundamentals of services marketing, and you figure it out, the how can we satisfy the customer, the motive behind the satisfaction, giving more clarity to your services, fulfilling the commitment of what has been to be offered and to whom it is to be offered, your pricing strategies accordingly based on your targeted customers, utilizing the customer relationship management to keep a track of all the activities which are happening with the customers, so that it will help you to come up with a new innovative ideas, and it will benefit far more better to give the better results to the customers. And of course, every industry, every service industry has its own way of handling the things. So first of all, you also need to understand on which segment and which type of industry are you focusing on. Based on that, following their trends, following their communication channels, and then accordingly we can figure it out the way we want to promote our services, the way we want to take the testimonials and keep the customers engaged with the different offers and opportunities. So yes, that's what all about the services marketing, and definitely it would add a very amazing, it will add a value if you go through the entire syllabus and understand the all the basic fundamentals of the subject. I would always also recommend go through the couple of case studies which you can figure it out on Google, figuring it on the Google, and you will have a better understanding about the real case studies, that how and how the certain travels and tourisms have promoting, or how they're selling of their concepts, and how an education institute is focusing more on the service industry, or how an XYZ hotel is working, and how they are focusing on making sure that the customer who is walking or who is going to stay needs to be 100% satisfaction. So these case studies, the videos, the communication channels will have more insights, and they act as a more like an eye opener for you, which you could actually relate to what you have studied as far as services marketing is concerned. So that's what I would like to say, and I wish you all the best. Thank you very much.